on a path. Let me show you how to do it with a text box and without a text box and why it matters. I'm going to grab the type tool, and I'm not really worried about much else. Here's something important. If you hover over and you see, and actually it's not happening here, which is a good thing, but if you saw like this turn to another shape, this should be, this font type here should be square. If I'm not making any sense, it's okay. Just click and drag, and then you can start typing. So I'll say like, hello world, how are you today? And first of all, just like a lot of other softwares, and unfortunately I can't show mine very well, but up at the top you can see, if you look, there's something that says font size. So I'm going to grab this and change my font to, it's at 12 right now, I'll change it to like 16. So obviously what happens is no matter how big or how small you make it, the text fits inside the text box. So if I make the text box kind of smaller, you can see the text will fit inside if it can. And if I expand it, you know, it'll go as long as I let it to. So that's typing with a text box. Now typing without a text box is different. So if I click and I say, hello, whoops, world, and I'm going to hit enter. How are you today? And now I didn't draw a text box that time, so you would think that when I expanded this, the same things would happen, but watch what happens. The text just gets bigger. So it doesn't conform in the same way. So I want you to just be aware of that, that very different things happen. This is great if you're wanting to be able to change the text quickly. This is great if you're wanting to try to format it for a certain like document or something so it fits into a certain space. So now I'm going to come in with my pencil tool again and make sure that you have your stroke set to black when you do this. And I am going to make a wavy line in here. And then you notice I started here and I went this way, so I'm going to come back to the left side of the line and I'm going to mouse down and I'm going to grab the type on a path, which is this one. And notice when I hover over on the left side, I get this kind of wavy line. So when I type something like help, I'll just do hello world again. Hello world, exclamation point. You can see how are you, and at some point it's going to stop typing because there's nothing else to do. There's actually more I can do with this, but I just want to show you what type of the path is and how you can basically follow a path along. We will get into this in more detail later. Area type tool is kind of cool. I'm going to grab an ellipse, put that there, give it no fill, and give it a stroke color so I can see it. Okay, so there it is. That's fine. And let me move this up just so it's a little bit more centered. Click right here where it says area type tool, and you notice now I get a circle. And so when I click, if I start typing, I'm just going to type nonsense here. It conforms to the shape, and obviously if I make this, I'm going to change my font size, which again you can't see. Like I'm going to make mine 11 now. You know, the smaller the font size is, the more it'll conform to the shape. So if I make this like 6, which again, there's just so much font here, you can see it just completely conforms to the shape right there. So that looks pretty cool. Okay, so last one, placing an image. This one's pretty easy to do. If you have something on your desktop, and I have too many things on my desktop, quite frankly, let me click all this up, and I'll drag the Fine Arts logo. So if I just drag that in, there it is. And then I want to make this smaller. What I'll do, Command minus, is I will hold down the Shift key and just make it smaller. And there it is. Super easy, people. Super easy. And then I can click on it, and if I want to, and just take opacity at the top here when this is selected, and I just reduce the opacity. So I'm done with all of that.